On the 126th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast, we're going to be talking about the entire Lane Kiffin drama. We have some college football rivalry week recaps. We are going to be talking about a little bit of MLB offseason news. We have our Week 13 NFL Pickems, and we are going to be ranking the top 5 highest paid NBA players. Make sure you use code HatTrick Sports when checking out at w.gg for 10% off your order. Roll it! Welcome to HatTrick Sports, starring your host, Isaiah Carpenter. Bringing you the biggest sports headlines every week. This is the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Let's start off this podcast talking about Lane Kiffin, about college football, about new coaches, old coaches, college playoffs, everything. This is probably going to be a shorter podcast. I'm tired. And we will see how this goes. But first, let's talk about the whole Lane Kiffin situation, because as I am filming right now, we are getting new information. Lane Kiffin said that he was going to make the decision before the Egg Bowl of whether he will stay with Ole Miss or go to LSU, or a few weeks ago, was he going to go to Florida or Penn State or any of these teams, and he said that he would make the decision before the Egg Bowl. All right, then we got delayed. He's like, no, I want to wait till after the Egg Bowl. All right, respectable. In my opinion, wait till the end of the season. I don't really it doesn't really make sense to me why you got to announce it now, but whatever. So he said he would do it the day after the Egg Bowl, which was yesterday, which was Saturday. This goes all day Saturday. We have college football rivalry week. We have some great matchups, but everybody's on their phone looking for a Lane Kiffin update. All right, so now we're getting to about midnight last night. They say that, let's one second. The timeline isn't adding up right now. Lane Kiffin was supposed to have a meeting with the athletic director of Ole Miss yesterday morning or afternoon, and they said that they would make a decision in that time frame. All right, so then that meeting ended, and publicly nothing happened. A decision wasn't made. So then we're waiting, and we're still waiting, and it gets to midnight last night, going into Sunday, and we get an official announcement that there would be a team meeting at 9 o'clock this morning, Sunday morning, and that in that team meeting, Kiffin will discuss what his future plans are coaching in college football. All right, then that gets delayed to 1 o'clock later today. But that there would be a team meeting later today at 1 o'clock. Now, all reports yesterday that were saying that weren't official, but unofficially official, I don't know. It was weird. I was just getting alert after alert, but they weren't official. It was a whole thing. And they were saying that he was going to go to LSU. And I thought, you could go to lock of the day. I thought that Lane Kiffin was going to LSU. I just couldn't see a way. The thing that I was thinking of is, why do you need to make a decision when you're the head coach of Ole Miss, you're going into the playoffs, you just won the Egg Bowl? If you don't care about money and you just care about the team, why is there a decision? And him saying that he needs to make a decision made me think that he was going to sign somewhere else, because why would he want that drama going into the college football playoffs? That's my opinion on this. You don't need to make a decision if you already know the answer, and if it's not controversial. You know what I mean? Wait till the season's done and then make a decision if you are going to make a decision. But so we get it to today. I'm setting up for the podcast. I'm getting still alerts about Lane Kiffin, what he's going to do, updates on Ole Miss and everything. And it's what I think is official. It is official that Lane Kiffin is going to accept the $100 million 7-year contract with LSU. Now, Lane Kiffin did this the wrong way. I don't know how official this is. I just heard this, but I was told that Lane Kiffin was delaying this decision because he wanted to stay coaching Ole Miss throughout the playoffs, and if the athletic director in Ole Miss wouldn't let him do that, then he would take all of the offensive coaches and all of the coaching and bring them to LSU, which would make LSU pretty good. I'm not going to lie. With the recruiting and the stuff that LSU has, plus Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss coaches, he's set up there. He's set up there. But I don't know how true that is. Again, I'm still getting alerts literally right now during this podcast about the updates on what's going to happen for the rest of the season. Because Ole Miss is going to make the playoffs. Now, is Lane Kiffin going to coach? Now, if Lane Kiffin coaches, you have to be thinking about the players. Like, the players are like, oh, he betrayed us. He chose money over us, which, again, it's a job. I get it. It's a job, and he He picked the job that offered the most money. I get it. And with the higher potential, I guess higher potential. But again, you're in the playoffs right now, so it would be weird. Ole Miss's season is screwed. Now, the whole season was for nothing now, just because of this decision. And if he doesn't end up coaching in the playoffs, then who's going to coach Ole Miss? I mean, the Ole Miss is just in shambles right now, and they have the right to be. Lane Kiffin put him in a hard situation. I don't know. Lane Kiffin, what do you have? 4 10-win game seasons since 2020 with Ole Miss. He hasn't won a national championship or anything. I texted some Florida fans like literally a few minutes ago, right before the podcast, asking them, hey, what are your thoughts on the Kiffin situation? And they said, yeah, we would have liked Kiffin. Again, who doesn't want Kiffin? Let's be honest. Lane Kiffin's probably is one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in college football. And you want him, but all the drama that comes with him. And what does his resume really say? Again, he doesn't have a title under his belt. So yeah, and actually before Lane Kiffin officially announced that he was going to sign with LSU, John Summerall ended up signing with Florida. Tulane's old head coach signs as Florida's head coach. It's a whole disaster. Lane Kiffin has created a pit, a hole. He has dug a hole with no ladder to the top for Ole Miss, who had a legit shot at winning I'm not going to say winning the national championship, at going far in college football playoffs. It's horrible. It's a horrible situation that Lane Kiffin's put on Ole Miss. And LSU does have a chance now at winning a national championship in the next 7 years. I think that there's a real chance. Again, he has 7 years, so what are they, 22-year-olds playing 15-year-olds right now? Again, if the contract stays intact, and obviously a lot of things have to go right. If everything goes right, 15-year-olds now are going to be playing for Lane Kiffin and could be winning the national championship. It's crazy to think about. College sports is crazy to think about when you put it in that perspective. But, yeah, the whole Lane Kiffin thing, LSU is probably ecstatic. Lane Kiffin, full of drama. Florida may have dodged a bullet, but then got hit with another one that they asked to get hit with. I don't know if any of that made sense, but it made sense in my head. But yes, Florida signed John Summerall, who was Tulane's head coach and will be now their head coach. Like I said, Lane Kiffin was kind of in the running, not in the running, but one of the decisions a few weeks ago of either staying at Ole Miss, LSU, and Florida was the third option. Later, obviously, it didn't work out and wasn't going to work out. But yeah, everything in my mind is just about Lane Kiffin right now, but we are going to somehow try to go on to college football rivalry week. Rivalry week just ended here in college football, and we had some good games. Indiana obviously beating Purdue. Texas A&M, Texas ended up winning. I thought A&M was going to win, and then in the second half, Texas turned it on. Texas really turned it on. You had Georgia Tech. Georgia ended up winning that, the 4 seed. Again, that doesn't really matter. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Again, all eyes were kind of on Ole Miss. This game was being played on Friday. This ended up being Lane Kiffin's last game with Ole Miss. Ended up beating Mississippi State 39-19. Last game, Lane Kiffin was going to play for them. Whatever. Utah, Kansas. Utah ended up winning. What else we got? We have Ohio State, Michigan, the big game. Ohio State hadn't beat Michigan in years. And, but yes, they ended up obviously beating Michigan. I thought this was pretty obvious. I don't know how much was Ohio State favored over Michigan? Here we go. Yeah, 10 points. Michigan fans, obviously Dave Portnoy, a big Michigan fan, and with a big noon kickoff, it was just a big thing, but there was no chance that Michigan was going to end up winning that, right? Ohio State had that in the bag from the beginning, ended up getting the win. Texas Tech, West Virginia, Texas Tech won. Oregon, Washington, Oregon ended up winning. LSU, Oklahoma won. Not only did they win, but since they won, they will make the college football playoffs. It's like a 99% chance I just don't think they can say 100% because I feel like 100% would mean like they're already in. They're not in. Oklahoma's in the college football playoffs, which is good for them. They beat LSU, which again, a little weird. LSU is going to have Lane Kiffin now. 7-5 LSU, 3-5 in the SEC. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just the whole Lane Kiffin thing's weird to me. It's a lot of drama right now. Notre Dame, Stanford. Notre Dame ended up obviously winning that. Alabama, Auburn. Alabama ended up winning that, but Auburn was trying to come back there for a second. Miami, Pittsburgh. This could be benefit. This could be big for Miami, but they ended up beating Pitt 38-7. I think that's a big enough gap. I don't know. Miami, it's going to be close. It's going to be on the edge for Miami. Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Vols ended up losing. Vanderbilt won. UCLA versus USC. USC got the win. Virginia Tech, Virginia won. SMU versus Cal. Cal ended up winning by a field goal. It was a wild fourth quarter. How many points? There were five touchdowns in the fourth quarter between them, but Cal ended up winning, and then Tulane ended up beating Charlotte. It was a wild weekend for college football, and it's still going. I mean, new coaches are going to sign here soon. Coaches are going to leave. The whole Lane Kiffin thing's just taken over my entire mind of sports. And yeah. So that covers that. Let's move on to NFL Pickems. And where are we? I'm just going to close out these tabs. Here we go. Week 13 NFL Pickems. Here we are. So, yes, obviously Thanksgiving had 3 games, and then there was the Bears-Eagles game on Friday. I lost all 4 of those games, but since we are filming on Sunday morning, those do not go towards my record. So, luckily, we don't start 0 for 4. We are starting off with the 1 o'clock games on Sunday. You have the Saints and Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. You have the Texans and Colts. The Texans and Colts, they're within 2 games of each other. The Jags are right between them in the AFC South. It's being played in Indianapolis, and I think that the Colts will get the win. You have the Falcons and Jets. I think that the Falcons win. I don't think this is going to be a good game at all, but I think that the Falcons get the win. You have the 49ers and Browns. It's in Cleveland. I want the Browns to win, but I think that the 49ers will get the win. You have the Rams and Panthers. I don't know why the Panthers get such an easy schedule. It's not that they have an easy schedule. They're actually like just somewhat good, and I don't like how other teams are somewhat good in the division that the Seahawks are in. It's being played in Carolina. I'm hoping that they could pull the upset, but I think that the Rams get the win. You have the Jags and Titans. The Titans are 1-10 this season. Absolutely horrible. Give me the Jags. Give me the Jags. You have the Cardinals and Bucks being played in Tampa Bay. Should be an easy Bucks win, but you never know. You have the Vikings and Seahawks. Now think about this. As a Seahawks fan, I don't love Sam Darnold playing the Vikings. It reminds me, it's comparable to baseball terms, of Freddie Freeman playing against the Braves. Not quite like that. But you get what I mean. I don't like our players playing against former players or against their former team. I'm just not a big fan of that. I don't like that. Luckily, it's in Seattle, so it's not like he has to go to Minnesota or anything. I just don't like how he had that breakout year last year, and then I don't know. I feel like he still has feelings for the Vikings. You know what I mean? But as long as he doesn't throw 4 interceptions, I'm fine. And I think the Seahawks are fine if he doesn't throw 4 interceptions. So give me Seattle. You have the Bills and Steelers. This might be a good game, or it might not. And I think that the Bills will absolutely destroy the Steelers. You have the Raiders and Chargers. Give me the Chargers. For Sunday Night Football, you have the Broncos and Commanders. Give me the Broncos. And then for Monday Night Football, you have the Giants and Patriots. Give me Drake May and the Patriots. And those are your Week 13 NFL Pickems. All right. What else? What do we have? Let's go over some NFL standings. Where do we have the standings at? NFL standings here. Let's start off with the AFC East. The Patriots. Oh my goodness. The Patriots and Drake May. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. At the beginning of the season, nobody thought this was going to happen. Nobody thought that the Bills were going to be 3 games behind the Patriots. But yes, here we are. Here we are almost in December. And the Patriots are ahead of the Bills. The Patriots are ahead in the AFC East in the Big 2-5. It's unbelievable, but good for the Patriots. They are 10-2 right now before Week 13. Bills, few games behind. Dolphins, few games behind, and Jets, a few games behind. That division's pretty much already laid out. In regards to the playoffs. AFC North, you have the Steelers and Ravens neck and neck. The only reason why the Steelers have that little ahead of the Ravens right now before Week 13 is because the Steelers have played one less game and the Ravens lost that game. And then you have the Bengals and Browns down below. It doesn't even matter. The division doesn't matter. Let's be honest. They're barely, the best team is barely 500. Like, come on. Let's be honest. The AFC South, the Colts, they're doing good this season, 8-3, and they're about to play the Texans for a little division matchup. Should be a good one there. The Jags are also doing better than what I expected this season. I expected this division to be absolutely atrocious. They're not. They actually have a couple good teams, except for the 1-10 Titans. First team to reach double digits in the L column this season. Took them only 11 weeks. Unbelievable. And then the AFC West, you have the Broncos 9-2. The Broncos are 9-2. What is up? The Broncos, Patriots, Colts. What are we doing? These teams that were atrocious in years past are actually really, really good this season. The Chiefs are 6-6. Are the Chiefs going to miss the playoffs? That would be wild. That would be... I can't comprehend that. I cannot comprehend coming off of a Super Bowl, off of multiple Super Bowls, maybe not Super Bowl wins, but Super Bowls, playoffs, AFC championship games, to not even making the playoffs. It's wild. And then the Raiders, good. I'm glad the Raiders are 2-9 right now. And the NFC, you have the Eagles up by a couple games against the Cowboys, and then you have the Commanders and Giants down. Giants are eliminated from the playoffs. I said that the Titans were the first team to reach double digits in the L column. I'm pretty sure they are tied with the Giants. You have the Bears. You have the NFC North. The Bears up by a half game against the Packers. Then the Lions are right behind. And then the Vikings, they're 4-7. They're not making the playoffs. NFC South. This reminds me of... This reminds me of the AFC North. The AFC North and the NFC South are very similar. You have the Bucks that are kind of like the Steelers. You have the Panthers, who are kind of like the Ravens, and then you have the Bengals, and then the Browns, which are like the Saints. And then in the NFC West, you have the Rams just up from the Seahawks. They're playing the Panthers this week. Unbelievable. Seahawks are about a game behind them, and then 49ers are right behind them, and then the Cardinals are 3-8. There's just a little NFL standings for you. 13 weeks, 12 weeks into the season. Let's go on to some... We already did that. Let's do a little MLB stuff. So the Orioles have agreed to a 2-year, $28 million contract with Ryan Helsley. 2-year, $28 million contract. It includes an opt-out after the first season, and I thought he was going to sign as a starter. I'm going to be honest. I thought he was going to be a starter, but no, they ended up signing him as a reliever. He could start, but I highly doubt it. 31-year-old right-hander, two-time All-Star. Yeah, good for them. It's not pending a physical. Was that the physical that failed? No. That was an NFL guy. That's physical failed. Yeah, good for them. Good for... Let me look up some of his stats. I don't know stats off the top of my head. Here we go. Yeah, played for the Cardinals forever, then with the Mets, and then now with the Orioles. Let's see some stats. He led the league in games finished, doesn't really matter, in saves. He led the league in saves in 2024. Yeah, I mean, he's not horrible. What's his ERA? Yeah, his ERA at the end of last season, all last season, wasn't too hot. Years before, it's been all right. It's not a big signing. I mean, I think it's a little overpaid, if I'm being completely honest, but good for the Orioles. I mean, I guess they need a reliever. I haven't thought about the Orioles since the regular season. All right, let's move on to NBA. We are going to finish this podcast up with some NBA. Oh, no. We're going to do this first. All right, we're gonna stay with this MLB things. Let's talk about the highest paid player at every position in 2026. I came across this, and I thought I would share. People are like, oh, the Dodgers are ruining baseball. Oh, are they? How are they ruining baseball? Oh, they're signing all these big guys. Well, they also pay luxury tax. They have the ability to do that. There doesn't need to be a salary cap. There needs to be a floor and a stricter tax. That's what I've been saying for well over a year now. But yeah, I'm just going to go by each position and talk about who the highest paid player is in that position. And I will put a counter down here, and it will count how many of these guys are Dodgers. All right, shall we start? Starting pitcher, you have Zach Wheeler, $42 million. Is he a Dodger? No. All right, relief pitcher, Josh Hader, $19 million. Is he a Dodger? I wish, but no. Sean Murphy at catcher, is he a Dodger? No. Will Smith could never. $15 million. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. making over $40 million at first base. Does he play for the Dodgers? No, he actually lost to the Dodgers in the World Series. Jose Altuve at second baseman, the 40-year-old midget, $33 million. Is he a Dodger? I'm glad he's not a Dodger. He will never be a Dodger. Shortstop, Francisco Lindor, $32.47 million. Is he a Dodger? No. Anthony Rendon. Anthony Rendon is the highest paid third baseman. Is he a Dodger? No. $38 million. At left field, you have Yordan Alvarez. There seems to be a few Astros. How far did the Astros get in the postseason? Not far. Left field, Yordan Alvarez, $26.83 million. Dodger? No. Mike Trout, highest paid center fielder, which is crazy in 2025. $37.11 million. Is he a Dodger? No. And then in right field, Juan Soto making $61.87 million. Is he a Dodger? No. Every single highest paid player at every position is not a Dodger. The Dodgers are not ruining baseball. The people that think that the Dodgers are ruining baseball and that MLB needs a salary cap are the same people that think that Ippei was a cover-up for Shohei. Same exact people. I mean, you didn't read the court reports. You didn't read anything, and you think that Shohei Ohtani's guilty. Same thing with this. You don't know the Dodgers' real salary. You don't know how they're getting the money. You don't, just do some research. That's all you have to do to understand that a salary cap is not the way to go, and that the Dodgers are not ruining baseball. Your owners have the same money that the Dodgers have. The same money. The value of the dollar is still the same, whether it's for the Dodgers or the Marlins. And you could the Marlins could have signed Shohei Ohtani. Now, would he have accepted that? Probably not. But that's when you have the recruiting. That's when you have the 2016 Marlins. How do you think they got that? You know what I mean? It's just all dumb. That you guys think that people genuinely think that the Dodgers are ruining baseball. People legit think that the Dodgers are ruining baseball. It's unbelievable. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Now, yeah, that's come from a Dodgers fan, but I don't get it. Let's go over some NBA standings. I haven't done NBA standings in a while. And the Eastern Conference. Let's talk about the Thunder. The Thunder are on 11-game win streak. They've only lost one game this season. The Thunder are 19-1. This is crazy. They are 4 games ahead of the Lakers in second place, which is crazy to me. And then down you have the Pelicans, who are 3-17. It's just crazy. The Thunder are 19-1. I just want to talk about that a little bit. And then the Pistons. The Pistons are up by 2 games in the East, and then the Wizards are 2-16. Just a little NBA recap standings for you. Where are we? All right. Let's rank the top 5 highest paid. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the highest paid NBA players this season. All right, at number 5, you have Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Milwaukee Bucks. He is making over $54 million in the 2025-2026 season. Number 4, you got KD with the Suns making more than Giannis, but is making $54.7 million this season. You have Nikola Jokic making podium. Jokic with the Nuggets, $55 million, $55.2 million. All he wants to do is just ride some horses. Let the dude ride horses. I wonder how many horses you could buy for $55 million. How many horses can you buy for $55 million? All right, according to Google, you can buy 100,000 inexpensive horses to just a handful of the world's most elite competition horses. Good job, Jokic. At number 2, you have Joel Embiid with the 76ers making over 55. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid are making they have the exact contract. They're making $55,224,526 this season. And then at number 1, the greatest three-point shooter of all time, the highest paid player in the 2025-2026 season, you have Steph Curry with the Warriors making nearly $60 million this season. Unbelievable. It's crazy. All right. That is going to wrap it up for the 126th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Thank you all for listening. Go to shophattricksports.com to get the best merch ever. Black Friday sales. I think I will run it till the end of this upcoming week. 20% off your entire order. You can listen to this podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Again, YouTube for all the visuals. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Go to shophattricksports.com. And remember, the Dodgers are World Series champions. See you.